Hello, my name is Rab. This is my new video about Warframe. Today I'm playing with Trinity. Well, I'm going to show my Trinity build, but it's it's different almost from everyone else. Well, I'm going to explain why. Most people in Trinity builds don't use survivability cards. For instance, very few people use the redirection or vitality. I'm going to explain why I didn't abdicate of these cards. I still play online, I still play with friends, but most of the time I play solo. And the problem if I don't take these two cards, it's especially on endless missions, ballistas or even heavies. If you are distracted and are shotted by them, it usually drop you down. Even that you use quick thinking and rage, most of the time you go down. It's very easy when you are alone to miss an enemy, but sometimes when I'm playing with friends, I remove these two cards, and believe me, it's very different, because when you are in a party, if you are used to play together, it's very hard for enemies to surprise you. So it's more easy to remove those cards, and it's also different because you can play your role, that is support. It's not hunting the enemies. You support your team behind the hit, like some like to say, and your job is only to support your team. You are always behind them, so you are never in danger. So the fact that you remove these two cards, don't, it's different. It's different. If you play with strangers, well, at least is what happened in most games. People don't really care that is a Trinity in the team. They kill all the enemies. They don't bother with energy or buff damage. But when we play with friends, it's a little different. So I have these cards in my build. I made a balanced build between duration. I decided only to use the intensify. I could put here blind rage because, well, if you use energy vampire a lot, you can use here blind rage, because the minus in efficiency you probably don't even notice. But this is not final. I'm using the abating link. I also have the vampire leech. It also depends the build you make. If you use, I don't advise to use the two, because it will occupy two slots, unless of course your build doesn't have these two cards. You can use this one and vampire leech here, but they are different. They are for different builds. So in this case I'm using this one. That's why I was saying that mostly my Trinity build, it's different from almost everybody. Most people use quick tanking and rage, and I kind of understand why, but like I said, most of the time I play with her, I'm playing alone, so I don't want to remove the survivability cards, because with that and my abilities I can keep me alive lots of time without worry about the quick tanking. So now I'm using Supra. Well, this Supra, it's now ready because I was forming it. I was putting at my taste. This is the default build I'm trying now, but I'm still messing around. In this one I don't have a buff in puncture. I will probably use the piercing caliber, but now I have only two elemental damage, and I'm using entropy burst to give base stats. My secondary will be the Seer. I already play with Seer in some older videos, and my build didn't change. I'm using the same. Seer, of course, this one have 5 form, but it's very different from the Seer that you level when there isn't any polarized slot here. Believe me, this weapon does a lot of damage. As you can see, I could remove convulsion and put here any of the cards of the event cards to boost impact, puncture or slash. They have exactly the same base damage, the same percentage, so any of the cards could be useful. It's only about the enemy. For instance, if you're going to face Grenier, you can put piercing caliber. It's not this is pistol. You can use bore to give puncture. For instance, your puncture pass to the double. I'm not going to use it, but this is just an example. Or if you were playing against Corpus, you could boost the impact, or against Infested you could boost the slash. So it's very versatile, this weapon. Okay, I'm going to change the melee. The melee I'm going to take. I'm going to take this, the dual Kaza. I also like this weapon. Okay, I have life strike in this build. Okay.
Your chosen Warframe suits you.
Well, it's not this. Where is? Well, I did sabotage last time. I'm going to do a mobile defense. Supra, I'm very surprised with Supra. Supra got changed in a few patches ago, and now it's. I'm having a blast playing with the Supra.
Be prepared for heavy resistance. I can't do this without you.
I'm going to use a bit of energy because, well, I don't want to stop.
I need access to a terminal. Find one and patch me in.
The only thing that can, how should I say, it's a bit annoying at first for you to get used to the weapon is this weapon have more zoom than any other pistol, and believe me, at first it's a bit annoying because we are not used for this kind of zoom in the pistols, but after you get used it's helpful. Since the weapon doesn't have a very high accuracy, so
Location reached.
having a better zoom
Drop in and defend our
it's
position.
helpful.
I'm in, Tenno. This will take a moment.
I usually do this
Still
to the most dangerous targets, not only because I'm getting energy, but because I stop them, and it's very good when you are, especially when you have more than one heavy target. It's good for you to only have to worry about one. And the good thing is he also gives you energy, so
we are finished here. Move on.
okay, first one is done. Oh, the same. This it's definitely the best place to protect objectives in the void. Right now they are coming from there, but they usually come from upstairs, and it's very easy to protect. This weapon, the Supra, when you press the trigger, well, when shit starts, it does a lot of damage. It doesn't have much accuracy, it's true, but it's still a great weapon. I'm loving it now that that I have the weapon modded as I wanted. I'm loving it to play with it. I'm going to take out the heavy because, well, I don't like to have heavies very close to me. Okay, let's see the last point to protect. I love to play with Trinity. She's a different frame. It's more. It doesn't make much sense to play with her alone. I'm gonna be honest. At least for me, I like to play with Trinity. But even with strangers in pub games or with friends, but alone. It's kind of because most of her abilities is orientated for the team, so sure she can still help herself playing alone, but it doesn't make much sense, at least to me. Of course she can do exactly the same things as the others. I don't have for instance a CC ability like Nyx, but I still can do the same missions as Nyx, but performing a little different.
Were against us,
Okay, it's done.
but we did it. Mission complete.
Of course, that the weapon you choose when you decide to come with a friend with a frame that doesn't have CC abilities or a good CC ability. Let's put it this way. Doesn't have a good CC ability. Of course, the weapon you choose it's important. It's important because you will need to quickly deal with the enemies that the game present to you. So it's always good to have a quick weapon. It's not a must, You can. I sometimes do these missions with a bow. But for instance, a bow with a average rate of fire, of course, because sometimes it's very easy to get overrun. But of course, the choice in the weapon, and if you go to the tower 40 air, it's even more important the weapon you choose, because there you have to take out the targets even more quickly, especially the heavies. They are the enemies that do more damage. Okay, it's all for this video. Thanks for watching. Until the next video, see you around.